looking at the margins. We don't make things happen. You make things happen. And what we're trying to do is help to make things happen. So I am really pleased today to announce a continuation of the partnership, a strong partnership that all of us in Harrisburg have had with Erie, and trying to nudge Erie along and do what we can to support the robust efforts that you have working right here. And the commitments I'm going to announce today total a little over $16 million. How about that? So, I mean, among them, of course, is the ballpark and the hockey arena here. By the way, I was saying I was really interested because I hadn't seen this, but the connection between baseball and hockey actually intrigued me. And I sort of had the thought, maybe you guys play outdoor hockey here in the winter. I can see now I was wrong. And so the investment that we're going to make is $12 million, $3 million each year for the next 4 years in this complex, to do a lot of different things to make sure that the facilities are up to date and that we're doing what we can to make sure that this great, you say you play 72 home games a year on the baseball team, AA affiliated with the Detroit Tigers right here in Erie. You're one of, I think, 5 professional minor league baseball teams, or maybe it's 5 AA teams in Pennsylvania, is that right?
I think it's
4 AA and 2 AAA.
Yeah.
And a couple single A. So we have a lot of affiliates all around Pennsylvania. They do good things for the cities where they're located, and I'm proud to be able to announce this.
Well, it's significant. You know, the authority created a master plan for the development of a downtown sports and entertainment district in 2002. And this pretty much completes that vision that was created many years ago. You know, we deserve this in northwestern Pennsylvania. We're so thankful for Governor Wolf for making it a reality. Knowing that the sports teams are committed to stay in Erie, Pennsylvania for the long term, I think is a significant component of retaining businesses that are currently in Pennsylvania, creating jobs, increasing civic pride, and improving the quality of life. It's going to integrate the arena with this ballpark in ways that will bring great benefit to the teams, to patrons, and visitors to our community. We're extremely excited about this great news tonight. Well, we're going to look at it all. It's all going to be done and bid essentially in one piece. We are going to jumpstart the field, though. It may require authority funds to do that, but we're going to do a full field replacement this fall for the Tigers, to meet the needs of the Tigers as well as the SeaWolves, of course. We're talking about new turf, new irrigation, new drainage, rebuilding the mounds, rebuilding all of the outfield warning tracks, and make it a professional surface that the SeaWolves deserve and require. That'll happen first. We'll be retaining architects to assist us in the other components relative to the design. I would say it will very much mirror what came out in our concept plan. We brought in some architects, and the SeaWolves and us funded that plan and preliminary study about needs and probable estimate of costs. That will very much provide us with the blueprint as we move forward to ultimately bring it to a reality. We're going to start right away. Again, you know, we would recommend to our board of directors that we go and immediately, you know, begin the design services for the entire $12 million spend, as well as a couple of $1 million of authority money that's going into here relative to soft costs. And then, to the extent necessary, we would get some bridge financing. You know, knowing that the state money is forthcoming, we're able to get pretty aggressively friendly interest rates. And you know, with 3 and 3, we may have 6 already in our reimbursed to us by the time the project's completed, and we would finance the remaining amount for a year or two to get it all done at once. It's the most efficient and cost-effective way to do it all at once, to do one bid pack. First of all, we get everything done, and and I think we get more favorable bid results by having that economy of scale with the project. It's the concept plan identifies $20 million. That includes a lot of streetscape improvements and other ingress and egress components of the project. We will buy as much of that as the budget will allow, and we'll also look for some additional funding sources that may be able to help us with some of that streetscape and transportation type of components to the project. But you know, I would say all the meat and potatoes will be done this time, and we may have to add incrementally some of the desserts over time. But the reality is, anything we do now is not going to need to be undone. We're going to build this in such a way that if we can add incrementally some additional things over time, we're gonna set it up in that way. This is such great news and such good news. I don't have a timeline. You know, we have a season to work around. You know, there's certainly the off season's nearly upon us, but you know, this is going to have to happen, and we're going to have to find a way to make this construction happen in such a way that it has the minimum impact on ballpark operations, as it has the minimum impact upon arena operations. And for me to say now what that timeline is and how that shakes out would be premature. But I will say that we're going to get after it right away. Well, we're going to work on that. I mean, we've already in our minds, I'm sure, have some ideas, but we want to basically extend our existing relationships for an additional 10 years to be sure that both teams are committed to this community. You know, we still have to submit a business plan to the Commonwealth relative to this grant, and we would hope to have components of that commitment in that 10-year, in that grant, that ensures success for the SeaWolves and success for the Otters. I mean, you know, we really need the community at the end of the day to come and patronize and support the teams. We think if we provide them an environment and facilities that are more patron friendly, that will happen. And we're also hopeful that both the teams will continue to win, because that three-letter word always helps put people in stands. But it's more than just winning. It's entertainment. It's a great both the sports, hockey and baseball, are wonderful, fan-friendly, family-friendly entertainment opportunities, and we're comfortable that we're going to get this all done in a reasonable period of time, and really provide Erie with an entertainment sports complex that's second to none for communities our size, and really meets the needs of our teams and our patrons within the Erie community.
Well, exciting. You know, there's no more excitement than to know that your office, my office, is going to be remodeled in a way that is absolutely needed. This is a 22-year-old stadium, and it needs a lot of help. So we're very, very excited, very pleased. The governor saw it the same way we did. And well, you just heard Casey say it all. It's they're going to start working on it immediately, and we can't wait. Field needs to be replaced. We need to make sure the bathrooms are all remodeled. We need to make sure the video board is in operational condition. I mean, there's so many things to be done in this stadium, and what they've approved is going to allow us to do just about everything that we've asked for.
When you hear
absolutely, I mean, Casey did a very good job to come to me and to Jim Waters and ask us for commitment, and we said yes, we will, but it has to be fully funded, and it sounds like that's exactly what they did. Yeah, well, look, as you know, Tom, those affiliations are renewed every 2 years. I guarantee you within the next hour, the Tigers are going to be jumping up and down to hear the news. They probably already heard it. And so this is a year of re-affiliation. I don't expect any issues. On the contrary, I believe they're going to be so happy that we will assign a new affiliation with them. And then we'll have to go, you know, every 2 years at a time. Some affiliations actually can be done a little bit longer, but this time around I think we'll do another 2 year and then go from there and see what the stadium will look like in the next 18 to 24 months. Well, that was one commitment we had, that if we have the right facility, we'll go after the All-Star game, and we've been given enough assurances that I feel confident that once we know what we're going to have here, then we'll go after it, and my guess is we'll have it.
It's exciting. Honestly, it's been several years in the works, and to be here today and hear the governor talk about the commitment that the state's going to have here at Erie, not just for UPMC Park, but for the community as a whole, it's really big. I think it does a few things. First off, it's going to have an economic impact. It's going to give us an opportunity to bring people to UPMC Park 12 months out of the year. So I think that's a big part. And I think for the quality of life, you've got businesses downtown like UPMC Hammett, you've got Erie Insurance, they're trying to attract the best, brightest talent, as are we, to Erie, and this gives us one more community asset that we can lean on. And then for the fans, the fan experience, we really want to make sure that UPMC Park is a great place for the fans to be. And I will tell you that from the current status, it's tough some days. We don't have quite the same car that some other the teams in the league are driving, but after these improvements are made, what it's really going to do for us is it's going to give fans another reason to come out to the ballpark. It's going to make them feel more comfortable while they're here, whether that's a cold day in April or a hot summer day in August. It's a great accomplishment, but not for me personally, for the staff. We've done a lot of work, a lot of ideas. Erie Events is a fantastic partner, and so for us to have it kind of culminate today, it's really exciting. Like I said, it's been several years in the working, and for us to be able to talk to our fans and be able to say, look, when you come to this ballpark, it's going to be an entirely different place, a place that you're going to feel more like bringing your family. Who doesn't love that?